But you know what? Let's go ahead and turn our attention to Dallas Cowboys owner and GM. It is Jerry Jones, brought to you by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Jerry, how are we doing today?
Hey, well, we're doing fine today, and glad y'all gone to a different location, different phone number, and we've been trying to call in for 10 or 15 minutes, but I've got a crack engineering department that knows how to do this stuff.
That's what I'm talking about, Jerry. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Next time, here's what we'll do. We'll exchange numbers. You can just call me directly next time. Sound
There
good?
you go.
I do want to let you know my co-host Kevin today. His voice is struggling just a little bit. Is there any way you want to send him some sympathy, or is it all those tough questions he's asked you? You're like, no way he can deal with it.
Well, the man up above has a way of dealing with forked tongue, cynicism. He'll just shut you down. So it's the lesson here is be positive, look for the good in life, and you'll get to talk again.
That's pretty fair. Brad Sham said something like that to me once too. So there you go.
Brad said it. We know it's right.
There you go. Jerry, the press conference from Brian Schottenheimer this week was very powerful. And I think, we met him a couple years ago at training camp, and we were like, this guy's the right guy. And then as he became the head coach, we were like, we know what he's capable of. What were your thoughts on the way that he spoke to the media and to the people this week?
Well, Brian's I'm not going to say his best skill. I'm just going to say one of his distinctive skills is his people skills, and he knows how to communicate, and that's a complete must when you're coaching. And he uses it well, and he used it in all coaching circumstances. And in this particular case, which was not a coaching circumstance, it's just a circumstance of human need. And so it didn't surprise me at all. But I know this: it pays. It's good for him to have that aspect of it, and he's very genuine, and he's genuine in all things, and he's genuine when he sits down and tells a player that he needs to be doing better or he's not going to play. Well, that's hard. That's hard conversation. So we're proud of him.
Have you kind of noticed the mood? What's been the temperature around the Star or in the walls of that building? Because I know a lot of people they cared for him, and I know you cared for him. What's been the mood, and how has it maybe changed and looked forward since?
How did this happen? How in the world does this happen? And then, of course, those are the questions in these circumstances that are asked. He just had such really caring atmosphere around it. There's no question that he had things that from time to time were on his mind. You look back, you look at his personality, kind of the way he handled things, and you say, well, boy, that's probably a sign that it needed some extra attention. But it's just really, I would say, and I'm not expressing that for myself, really. I'm just saying my feeling is that everybody is just a little dumbfounded, much less the saw that's involved here, but everybody involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of thinking about this as these guys get ready to take the field on Monday night. They're all talking to each other. They're talking to themselves. Jerry, can you kind of take it back to your playing days? If something like this had happened to you and around you, what would you say to yourself before you put that helmet on and headed out of the locker room?
Well, I think it was therapeutic. It gives you you're fortunate in that you've got that to dwell on. That's your play. I'll never forget when I was a junior, John Kennedy got killed. And we played a game on Saturday, and I think his assassination occurred there Wednesday or Thursday. But I'll never forget, you had, of course, protesters saying we shouldn't be playing the game, and but that was at Arkansas where we were playing, and different schools did it different ways. But I know just that early, which wasn't you'd say the same circumstances, but just that early, it really caused you to get your mind on away from the tragedy.
And also, I was kind of curious, Jerry, who do you turn to when times are tough? You work with family, you have them around all the time. Whenever things get really tough, who is it that you lean on the most?
Oh, I have absolutely for me, I have the most special support group you've ever seen, and it is they're always there, and I know they're there, and so it really has helped me over the years in my downtimes. And the main thing is, I want to say right now is, you're not doing anything if you don't have downtimes, and you don't have troubling times, and you don't have times that you don't see your way out. That is a part of life. It makes the good times better, really. But it's you dealt with, and it's always made me want to, especially young people, especially kids, and whatever I could say that would tell them it's never so serious, or never so non-rehabilitating, whatever the incident is, that their son's not going to come up. And so I think that being involved competitively, it's like the players we're talking about. It's actually therapeutic to get out here and practice this week and actually play. I get that because you're lucky. You can put your mind on something else.
Yeah, it's the chapel we turn to. It definitely is. Jerry, one of the people that I know you had a good relationship was Al Davis. Do you ever miss mixing it up with him and having that relationship with him?
I do, and always have. Why I appreciated Al so much is just that. I'll never forget, we had won one football game. We were just being so criticized for having won one football game our first year with the Dallas Cowboys. And everybody was low. And Al and John Madden called me, and, of course, they were running buddies and real of course, John coached for Al, but they were real tight, real friends. And they got me on the phone, and they said, we just wanted to call you and tell you you didn't lose the team. And I've won one game, but didn't lose the team. I had a ball that was signed by Herschel Walker commemorating that one win, and I was as proud of that as maybe a future Super Bowl trophy. But I laughed at them, and I said, guys, I can't tell you what this means to me. Y'all, I know what you're doing. And I said, I'm not going home. I said, I've burned all my ships, and I can't turn back. And I'm proud to be here even under these circumstances, but I love you for calling me.
That is a good relationship to have, especially early on, and whenever you're doing something like that. Do you have people that you've kind of, because I always looked at Al as kind of a mentor-mentee relationship with you. I don't know if you felt the same way. Do you have people that you have taken on as mentees and kind of worked with and helped develop as they've learned in this business, or others?
Well, yes, I do. And I have them throughout my career, if you will, or my adult life. I was fortunate. I had parents that served that for me as well. And, for instance, my dad called me right after we'd gotten involved with the Cowboys, and they were I was coming at me in every way from Sunday. And then I had 3 $1 billion lawsuits filed on me right about the time that everybody was talking about how I wasn't financially worthy of being in over my head, so to speak. Plus, we weren't winning, and we'd traded Herschel Walker, and they wanted to kill us for that. And the bottom line is that Dad called me, and he said, Jerry, I just didn't realize what you were getting into. He said, I've never seen such publicity. I've never seen such countrywide criticism. He said, son, I don't know if you can make it successful, but it's got to look like it is anyway, with smoke or mirror or wire or something, because if not, you're going to be known as a loser the rest of your life. I said, boy, Dad, I said, you really know how to get me going this morning, but that gets me going. I know you're thinking about it.
Oh, that is fantastic. With those relationships and with Al and other people you've worked with, were things always good interactions, or were there ever tense times there?
Well, I would say that usually for them to have the effect they have, they've had to sometime bust my chops.
Yeah, I bet.
And I will never forget, there was a man named Bill Darby, and he had started and built National Line Insurance Company. And I'd borrowed a lot of money from him right as I got out of school and to get in the insurance business. And he was such a mentor for me. But I would go and visit with him about every other month and tell him where I stood relative to the financial aspect of it. And one day I went in there and he said, Jerry, you got a lot of talent, and I think you're going to go somewhere. And I was about 22. And he said, but I'm going to tell you something. You're the guy that's sitting at the end of the bar, always talking about what he's going to do, but never does anything. And he said, if you don't learn how to handle detail, I don't care how good a salesman, I don't care how charming you are, you're going to be a loser sitting at the end of the bar. Now, you need to straighten up. Well, I can't tell you how much I love Mr. Darby, but that was what you call that kind of love during that time. And he, by the way, he showed me grace several times because I had a long time and a hard time ever paying him back.
Man, that is a fascinating story right there. There's some tough love too, and tough love's everywhere. With the kids, sometimes I got to give them some tough love to get them motivated to go.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly. With Kevin as well. Are you surprised, Jerry? Are you surprised that Pete Carroll hasn't had more of a successful impact on the Raiders' season so far?
I don't know that I would answer surprised. I have a lot of respect for him. Visited with him at length, candidly, when I was hiring Shoddy. But I wasn't visiting with him specifically about becoming the coach of the Cowboys. I was visiting with him about Shoddy. And I wanted to give him to give me all that he could share with me about working with Shoddy, because he's actually one of Shoddy's mentors. And the point that I would make is that you just because you have success in one area at one particular time does not necessarily translate to immunity from getting your having some bad times again. And it's everywhere. Again, I was reading an article this morning. It was about executives that go back to the company that they started. A guy like Steve Jobs, a guy like the people in this particular case that Bob Iger that's running Disney. And it was talking about those guys that come back for a second run of it don't always get it going the way it seems like they would. Well, they're dealing with different circumstances, different times, different people, different, in their case, market situations. So just because you have done it and really done it on a highly successful basis doesn't mean that when you step in that driver's seat again that you're going to do it again. Doesn't mean it at all. It's a good indication, though, that there's a spark in there that can get it done. And you don't have that if you've never done it before. So I wouldn't throw it out with the dishwater.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't find that spark on Monday. Are you excited? Are you kind of giddy right now about getting some of these players back out on the field for you Monday night?
Well, I'm excited about when I really look at the impact of six really players that can interject themselves into the 25, 26, 27 players that are active in a game because they're going in. They're at meaningful places in our defense, especially. They're at meaningful places in where we really have had some issues. So there's no question we're going to be improved.
And also, do you think you have your best five offensive linemen in place already, or do you think that's still kind of a work in progress?
Well, I think that consistency. There are times when those same people, the best five, are outstanding together. The inconsistency as individual as well as a group jumps out at you. That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon. One of the real misplaced or appreciation is that an offensive line is a team within a team. And, boy, they've got to really be on the same page. In the case of the game today, they've got to really be on the same page with the quarterback as you're identifying what you're going to do before a ball is snapped. All of those things are there. You can have some guys playing some great snaps, and all of them have. But you can have them making mistakes at the wrong time, and that's as big a part of your ultimate success. That's what loses the ball games if you have mentals at the wrong time.
Jerry, before we let you go, I don't know if you've been paying attention. The Mavs and Stars have some stuff going on with their arena situations. Have you had any conversations or discussions about maybe moving the Stars, having them have some land out there near the Star in the Frisco area and building an arena there?
No, we have not. We have not at all. And I know, of course, all of the entities that are involved there, and can easily see what you have to really be coordinated for two sports teams to share a common arena and or a common stadium, and it takes an extra team player to be a part of that. We have two situations in the NFL where Rams and Chargers share a stadium, and then we have the Jets and Giants. And those guys really have to work in sync. It's a little bit like that offensive line I was just talking about. Well, it's a team within a team. And so it doesn't surprise me that you could have some issues, especially under the dynamics of where you might be thinking about a new stadium. That's bound to create some angst that has to be worked through.
Frisco definitely is a good place, though. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Jerry, we really appreciate your time every week. Really look forward to talking with you, and thank you for fighting through some of the issues we've had. We really appreciate that. We'll get that all squared away for you. Look forward to getting this thing going on Monday night.
Since I don't operate with mistakes or glitches, then it's a little hard for me to get on this show with you and this ineptness. But I'm going to live with it.
I appreciate that, Jerry. Have an excellent weekend.
Bye.
There you go.